Hi guys, this is Dan from Magic Pachinko. We'll come back to that pachinko machine in just a minute, but I thought maybe I'd give you a little bit of something to look at besides vintage pachinko machines. So this is what it looks like when you step outside my workshop. This is my property is everything. Well, that's not actually my property. That's all state land. I mow it, I maintain it, I make it look pretty. Back in there, right in there, those are all raspberries that I planted a while back. And then, you know, I live on the shore of Lake Ontario, so this is Brush Creek. And this runs from the lake. Lake's out there. Now sometimes that's closed off. The sand gets high enough that it actually stops the flow of water. But usually the flow of water in this creek is going through most of the time, and then it widens out and goes way out there, and that is the Lake Ontario State Parkway, way in the back there. This creek goes under the parkway and goes quite a ways back if you go back on a canoe or a kayak. So it's a dead-end street. We don't get a lot of traffic. We're kind of at the far end of it. Neighbors. This is our house, my house, the house that Magic Pachinko built. And now we're back in, and there's a whole bunch of pachinko machines. And then back into my shop. And we're back. So give me a couple of seconds and we'll get this video going on this machine I just finished. Hi guys, this is Dan again. Back from our little nature tour with a short video now on a vintage pachinko machine. Oh boy, I got to do this or I'll get in trouble. There's that beautiful pachinko sign made by my friend Rudy. Okay, got that out of the way. And we're back in business here. Okay, so this is a 1976 Nishijin Model B. I did a full restoration on it. Personally, I love this, and I think this is one of the coolest playfields there is. And this has the shark diver center attraction, which is one of the neater attractions. So overall, I really like the looks of this machine. Unfortunately, this machine was in really bad shape when I got it. It had spent a lot of time in a very moist area, and moisture is not the friend of a pachinko machine. So some of the wood was kind of ratty a little bit. But what happens is all of the screws and the nails and the staples that are in the wood, over time, they rust and they are hard to pull out. Now when you do a full restoration, you have to undo everything. And I don't know how many screws broke off in this thing. And the one thing that we worried about is the frame. The frame was in really rough shape. And fortunately, I took a pretty good big wire wheel to it, scrubbed it down pretty good. This part of the frame wasn't bad. It's the inner portion and the panel on the front feed tray. They were in rough shape. Without replacement parts or rechroming, this more than likely you'll see will get the little orange surface rust on it. It should rub right off. And it really, overall, I don't think it looks all that bad. It's obviously not the nice shiny chrome that you'd like to see, but it's not bad for the condition that it was in when I got it. This clamp here is just squeezing this front board together. It's split a little bit, and I noticed it when I was getting the machine ready to go, so I wanted to get some glue in there and let it harden up, but I did want to get the video shot. So repainted the entire center attraction. There was almost no paint left on it at all. The new tulip stickers, I repainted and resilvered these little guys. When you do these, they get in right there. This is the red and green, and then the silver. The way that I do those, I do what I call a flood painting on them. So I use glass paint, I thin it, and I just flood the whole red area with red paint and flood the whole green area with green paint. Let it dry real well. And then you take nice fine sandpaper and you just take this piece and you just go like this. And you literally sand the high spots, which gets the paint off all of the high spots. So when you flood it, it doesn't matter if you get paint where you don't want it, because you're going to sand it off. And once you sand it off, then you've got nice paint and yellow highlights. And you could leave it at that if you don't have the silver foil, but I went in and put the silver foil back on. So it works out really well. The original center attraction had silver foil edges. It still does. I opted not to try to go in and redo it. Sometimes when you try to redo something, it doesn't come out as good as it is. And it was in pretty decent shape. So the painting is what brought it back to life. I just decided not to do the silvering on that. So overall, the machine looks pretty good. Let's get it turned around. We'll show you the back of it. Backside was in good shape. Although some of these screws were hard to get out. The only thing that's missing is the seesaw cover. No big deal. It's just a dust cover. It's not anything that you have to have. So when you get ready to set this machine up, you're going to plug in the 12-volt wall adapter and plug that into the pigtail. Now what should happen, and unfortunately on this one, I mean, it's not a big deal, it's just something that kind of drives me nuts, is this is the leaf switch that controls that light. And if I squeeze it together hard, the light comes on. I mean, it should just come on as soon as you touch this. I don't know, I'll keep playing with it. Maybe I can get it to, because it's down now. I mean, the light works. I'll keep playing with it, but the light should be on when you're in a no ball situation, low ball situation. So first thing you want to do is make sure the ball dump mechanism is set. And I put a little red mark here, a red mark here. You just push these together and that closes the ball dump, which is this mechanism right here. And it keeps these L-shaped pieces here rather than letting them dump, okay? So that's very, very important. If you don't set that, as soon as you put balls in, they're gonna run right through the machine and fall out on the floor. And then you'd be chasing them all over the place. So you wanna just take a handful of balls. They should run from the hopper across the upper feed track into the turnaround, down across the lower feed track and right into the jackpot. And there should be 7 balls on either side. So that's the proper way it should work. Everything is fine. Everything is good. So now, assuming that you have 500 balls, you're going to put 480 of them right here. All you really need is just a few to get you started. You're going to need some sort of a catch box. This is a small one. The losing balls are going to drop out this chute right here. The winning ball will drop out this chute right here. So you really need something that's twice as wide as this to catch the balls. But for now, we're just going to leave that there because you're going to get more losing balls than winning balls. So that's the way you want to get your machine set up. With all the restorations that I've been doing now, I found these little wedges. You get them on, I get them on Amazon. They're just a plastic shim for just about anything. There's, I don't know, 20 or so in a pack, and that's what it looks like. It's just a little shim, but it just goes right underneath, and then I just put a screw through it right up into the foot. And what it does is it tips the machine back a little bit, which is the ideal situation. You want your machines to lean back just a little bit. so that the balls will stay against the play field rather than trying to roll up against the plexiglass. So a few balls go in. When you launch a pachinko ball, you want to get into the habit of coming all the way down, because that will ensure that you get a ball onto the launch ramp, and then you're just going to let it roll off your thumb. Like that. So there's a win. When you get a win, you get 14 balls as a prize. This light comes on momentarily. So you can launch balls as fast as you want. You just want to make sure you do it completely each time. So all the way down and let go. Okay, so one thing that a couple of things I'll caution you on. If you have kids in your house, grandchildren, whatever, the kids have a tendency to do this. Teach them not to do that. The metal pieces here can take the pounding. Unfortunately, inside there's plastic pieces that interact with this, and they can't take that pounding. So teach the kids to go down and let it roll off their thumb. Go down and let it roll off their thumb. And that's how you do it. I don't know if you noticed the ball. The ball came down and went in behind the fish on the left side, and it opened up the tulip on the left side. It'll do the same thing if it goes behind the fish on the right side. It'll open this tulip on the right side. If it goes down through the middle, the shark diver's legs kind of wiggle, and it'll go down and open up the tulip in the middle. So let's launch a few more balls here. And you can see the center fish is on a spring. It's bouncing all over the place. So that's the way the machine works. The only other thing that I want to caution you as the new owner of this machine, or anyone else for that matter, is that when you play and you get a ball into a tulip or a pay pocket or the center attraction or whatever, you should get a payout. If you don't, then you need to stop playing and go to the back of the machine, and typically on Model B, there will be a ball stuck in this chute right here. So you have access to the jackpot arm here and here. You can just wiggle them. You can lift the paper clip out of the way, and eventually that ball that's stuck in there will drop out, and the machine resets itself, and off you go. If you continue to play, all you're going to do is stack balls in here, and you don't want that. You want to get the ball out, get it back in working condition, and have some more fun. So that's the 1976 Nishijin Model B with the shark diver. Hope you like it.